Hello,
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 everyone. Hello,
hello.
hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Zach Show. How everyone doing?
Hello, Zach. How are
Oh,
you
guys.
doing?
Yeah, nice, amazing, and I love your background, man. I can see Naruto, Root, Hulk. Um, there are amazing action
Couple
figures
of
are there.
Marvel and few DC.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Hope they won't. I hope they won't get into any trouble or fight or anything. Yeah, fine.
Mm.
Yeah, cool.
So, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Awesome. So, yeah,
Nice.
been a little held up with the community day that's happening
Oh,
this
nice.
Saturday. So, yeah,
Oh, that's amazing. So this community is happening in Bangalore. Or
just in Bangalore. And
nice.
we have Shurfraz joining us. We have few
Oh,
of the speakers who are traveling for this. Like there's one person from DynamoDB who's joining, and a lot of heroes and UG leads across India are coming in for that.
oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Shafras is joining. Nice. I'm sure he's gonna enjoy Bangalore and try all this amazing food and all the cuisine. Yeah, nice.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
I was noticing that Bangalore airport.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wow, it's
Mm.
it's it's getting
The new.
amazing, and it's a new terminal, right? Like
Yep.
it's recently opened, and
It started operations in September of this year, so it's that
oh
new.
wow, oh okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
And
amazing.
Bangalore Airport has got an award in Asia uh, that it's one of the most prompt airports where you have arrivals on
Wow,
time and departures on time. So yeah,
wow,
you
that's
should
amazing.
definitely
Really,
visit it.
I never been that part of India before. Like I've been to Chennai, I've been to Agra, I've been to Lucknow, I've been to Mumbai, I've been to Delhi, I've been to Kochi in Kerala, but I'm ashamed to say I've never been to Bangalore before. Like I want to. Like right?
Yep, you can put it. You can put it on the map now. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, nice. So, what is the hot topic today? What are we going to talk about today?
Mm. You know that I always talk about step functions
Yes,
and
I personally love step functions because of you, and I am more into container DevOps, DevSecOps, yeah,
Mhm.
person like Kubernetes or whatever related to containers. But after talking to you, I start loving serverless. And especially when you talk about serverless, right? We cannot forget about step functions.
Yep.
Now to be honest, I love step functions. It can solve a lot of things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And the beauty of it with orchestration and controlling that execution flow is amazing.
yeah, that's
And
amazing.
to
Yeah,
top it off,
yeah.
they integrate with almost every service on AWS. Like almost every service. So,
Everything. Yeah,
yeah. Well, that said about step functions,
yes,
uh, we when we want to test our step functions, right?
yep.
The one way that was possible was with deploying them on onto our cloud and then test it out. Correct. So now, just during reinvent, what happened was step functions announced a new way to test these individual steps or states where with the new test state API, you could just test the complete integration. So maybe as you want to do it as a unit test, that's possible right from the console. So it's that easy. And a quick question to you, Zach. So since you told me that
Yeah,
you do love step
yeah,
functions,
yeah.
how do you test it?
That's a good question. I have never been to that extent of that step functions, but for example, I have tried with multiple lambda functions, involved with like step function, like for example, AMI baking,
Mhm.
creating the golden image, so those stuff. But I never had a chance that how to test those things. Yes.
So you had to do it. You had to design the complete workflow either from Workflow Studio or using the application composer and Workflow Studio integration. You could do it right from VS
Yes.
Code,
Yes.
right?
Because yes, because I was, remember, right, last episode. I mean, not last one. I think we did a session about application composer and
Yep,
workflow studio integrated with the VS Code. Wow,
correct.
that was amazing, right? Single place you can try out everything. Oh, it's like
Exactly.
the cherry top of your pudding or ice cream, whatever. Yeah.
Well, one thing there is that teststate API is not available in the VS Code integration, so it is on your AWS console.
But that's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, still there's option you can try it out, but definitely I'm sure it will be available in the future. Yeah.
Yep. So now that you know how to design your workflow studio workflows from the workflow studio, you could also test it directly from AWS console. So you could just go to your workflow studio, and for each of those states, there's a new button that says test state. I'll also be showing the demo. So uh, so uh, there you can just hit on that button, give the input for that states, and test out that individual state. And this is happening when you don't even have to make any changes and deploy them over to the cloud. You need IAM permissions, but it's not yet the step function is not yet being deployed to your AWS cloud. So how amazing is that? So even before you deploy, you could actually do an unit test of your step functions.
You mean
And
locally?
not locally, but from the workflow studio.
From the workflow studio, which I mean so locally. Sorry, I mean without deploying it, like before deploying it, you can test everything before.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
look at my hands, like
Isn't
you know.
that amazing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, to read more about this announcement, you can hit the comment section. We have the link to the announcement. So right there, where you can go read about the complete announcement, where Step Function announces HTTPS endpoints and the new test state APIs that's available for all the states where you can test them individually. Now, let me just go to one of the step functions that I already have. And I was just testing this around yesterday while I was demoing step functions at a meetup in Bangalore. So I'll just take an event from there. So,
Oh,
okay.
interesting.
So I have my input. I'm just taking it from yesterday's execution. I'm going into my workflow studio where I'm editing the same workflow. I'll go to the first step, that is recognize API, recognize Amazon recognition, where what it's doing is basically I have an image on my S3 bucket, and I'm invoking recognize celebrities API to get if there's any celebrity in an image, get those details from that using the recognitions API. And you see the new button here, the flashy button,
Ooh.
test 8.
Oh, nice.
So when you hit on this, and there's a whole new section where you can add your input for the state. So I'm just taking the JSON from yesterday's execution to just rerun the whole execution. But yeah, you can add your input. There is also an execution role that you will have to select to ensure that your step function has permission, but uh, you don't have to essentially deploy it if it's a new step function as well. But your IAM should be available. So when you go here, you could select the different kind of uh, debug points that you can have, debug logs that you can have. It could be info, debug, any of these. And that is the new start test. And when you hit it, I'm not even starting the step function execution. Instead, it's just that individual state where I hit I hit on start, it uses the input, it gets a response, it finds a few celebrities, and I guess it's Hugh Jackman, yes.
Yay!
So look how amazing is this when you're developing a lot of these step functions and you want to do individual testing so that you know for a fact that okay, uh, the step function is working like the way I want it to work, right? So you can define this, and now that you have this response, what you could do is you could take you can copy the response. So you can see here there is copy response, copy test API response, where you can just copy the complete JSON that the response generates. Done. You can go to the next one. That is test state. You could use the response from the previous state, paste
Just
it.
paste it there.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty cool,
And
right? Wow.
test. Okay, something happened.
It's all right.
Okay. Yeah. So test API doesn't support parallel states or map, so it's actually
Yeah.
looping. So, but yeah, when you want to test the sequential flow, or you want to test the flow from one state to another, where you have a previous state, you get the response, you use that response, pass it to the next state. All of this could be done where you can just copy the JSON payload that you get as the response, paste it in, and next test. Well, apparently for map and parallel, it's not supported. This is something that I discovered right now, but yeah, it's possible.
I
So
love that when we are live, right? When we trying something out and we figure it out, okay, oh, this can be worked out, or else, okay, this is not working. That's fine, right?
yep,
Yeah, that's cool, Zach.
let me just try out a new state machine and create state. There are too many things that I'm testing in this, but fine. I just okay. I'll use the template. I can go here.
I must say, I love this workflow studio, man. Like, it's really amazing. The visualization of this, right? Like, you can see everything like on a canvas. Wow.
Yep. And you know the best part over here, they even have templates. So some of the
Yes,
common patterns, you could just select them and deploy.
I saw that. Like, there are so many common patterns over there, like, especially for serverless. Wow. There's so many patterns
Like,
over there.
look at the list of it.
I'm sure if you're looking for something, and definitely it should be up there. Wow. I love
So
it.
even as simple as generating invoices using Stripe's new integration with Stripe from EventBridge, it's there. Amazon Bedrock is also there. Let's try out this Bedrock. I should have another execution with Bedrock.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Okay. So this I don't have any input for my state machine. It's just the kickstarting the state machine itself, where it invokes Bedrock to generate a story, and I'm just storing that story into my DynamoDB table. So I go on test state. There's no input. Start test. It takes a while because Bedrock has its own time. We're waiting for the generative AI to do its magic. And
It's there
oh,
already.
that's some story about Marvel and
That
infrastructure as code. Yep. Look at this. Here's a fun fictional story about some Marvel characters using infrastructure as code and serverless computing. Well, Bedrock was able to generate all of this while I was testing the same integration. And I can copy this. Done. I can go to the next state. Note that I don't have a map or a parallel flow here. It's just the sequential next DynamoDB. And I can go to test state where I can add the response because I'm getting the response from the previous step. In this case, what it'll do is it'll look for output, it'll look for response, and it'll get the complete story and then store it into DynamoDB table. So when I run test, oops, looks like okay, the format is wrong.
it's all right. We have something. Um,
But okay, it should have been from here. Let me just check this JSON. I'll pass it and okay.
it's very common, right? When we're doing a live session and when you're trying out something, always it can be you can get some errors. That's all good.
Okay, there is response, body completion, and the whole of this
Mm-mm.
thing. Okay, so I have a JSON object, the same thing from the response,
Yes.
where there's response, body, and completion, because that's what the next step is looking for. And
Yep.
when I hit on start test, ta-da,
Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Yes,
ta-da.
he succeeded. Nice.
Yep. Now I can just go to that DynamoDB table where
Yep. Where are you, DynamoDB? Oh, here you go.
let me just take the table name.
Nice.
Oops. And
Woo!
ta-da.
Wow.
Yeah, because while we were trying to run, there was some error. I just
No.
took the complete JSON and added it to the JSON payload itself while testing. It took the complete payload and stored it on DynamoDB. How awesome is that?
That's nice. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, the only caveat is that it's available on the web console or AWS console, but not
Yeah.
on the VS Code extension. But yeah, I'll hopefully look forward to it on VS Code as well. So now that this is available, when you're developing and you want to make some modifications to uh, your step function, you know for a fact what's the complete response that you get, what's the individual response from each of these steps, and how do you take each of these response, add it into your next state's input JSON, and then process it. So how cool is this?
I would say amazing. I mean, like amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. I mean, like if you have everything like one place, right? Single place, like you look the console and you can write out and you're developing something and you can test it out. What else you need, right?
Yep. Yep.
Everything in one single place. You can have everything single place and you can try it out. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, that's super amazing. Um, you can develop and build and test everything like console. Yeah. What else you want?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even when you're doing a lot of when you're testing out APIs directly with the HTTP integration that Step Function has, you
Yeah.
also get the HTTP request and response. So
Oh,
it's
that's
the actual
nice.
HTTP request and response.
Oh, that's amazing. Like that means I don't care about the request. Like I'm just saying. I would really interest about the response. So you're saying the response you will get very same response, like the real response.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
Okay. I'm in love with this tool. Wow. I am not a serverless person, but I'm in love with this one. Yes.
this one button, and what magic can it do?
It's really magic, right? Like, I mean, like this entire studio and comes a small button, like you can try this everything out. I mean, like you can test it out. Wow, that's amazing.
So
I'm in
it's
love with that.
test state is also available on the CLI. So you can
Oh
test it
wow.
out in CLI, but you have to construct the whole JSON. I don't think it currently supports JSON with a file format. You would have to add it in your CLI command itself, and that's a little
So you
clumsier.
so you, so you have to pass that the JSON format like in a string or like yeah,
Yes, as
okay,
a string.
okay, as a string, okay. So whoever listen this, yes, you have to pass it as a string. Listen carefully. Yes. Oh, Zach, that's amazing, man. Like I really enjoyed because to be honest, um, I'm not a serverless person like you, and I'm more into right. So containers, Kubernetes, or what are those stuff. But when I'm seeing these, wow, I was like, oh, I can test my stuff like this. So yeah, that's
Exactly, right?
amazing.
Because
That's amazing, right?
one thing about absolutely, because one thing about serverless is that you have this notion when, oh, I cannot test serverless locally, right?
Yeah,
And with updates like these, it's one step near to test
yeah.
things on your local.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah. So this is about testing and testing and testing. I'm sure all the quality assurance engineers, right? The Q engineers will love this session because it's all about testing. Isn't it, Zach?
Yep. It's
Yeah,
not limited only to QA engineers also,
yeah,
right? Because
everyone.
developers also need to do unit testing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. Nice.
and
So thank you.
especially when you're yeah, and
Sorry, sorry. Go
especially
ahead.
when you're building a complex workflow and you don't know what the response structure could be, this definitely helps you. Like you know for a fact that okay, what is a JSON that's coming out as an output, and use that complete JSON. So yes.
Definitely, I'm going to try this out because I'm currently working on something almost similar to something like this. So definitely, I'm going to try this out. I mean, real life. I mean, like how to say that, like real world scenario. So yeah, I'm gonna get you back, Zach, with an update. Okay, how it went, and yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
awesome. Yes. So yeah, so that's all about today, and hopefully, again we'll meet again another 2 weeks with some another update from AWS. Definitely, another cool, awesome feature like this, right?
Yep. And if any of you have any specific ask, like okay, how do you do this or that in a specific service or in a uh, in a pattern using serverless or containers, you could reach out to either of us, our
Yeah.
LinkedIn or Twitter, and yeah, you could let us know.
Oh, the link below. You can see the link I shared
Yes.
again. Yes. So you can see that link and you can try it out, or else feel free to reach to us. Yes, definitely we can help you out to test your serverless application.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Well, this was
Uh,
fun.
this
So
fun. I really enjoyed it, and I love that there was an error because that's amazing. You there was an error and you fixed it. It is AP, and you showed them, okay, this is not an error. We can fix it out, and this is
yep,
something else. I love
yep.
that, Zach. Yeah.
And also, we got to learn that the teststate API doesn't support map and parallel flows. So yeah.
Uh, So Zach is saying something, um, some Greek words I can't understand. So yeah. Okay, all jokes apart, that's all
Awesome.
good. Thank you so much for watching this today. And yes, we'll meet you again with another amazing episode with the Zach Show.
And until next time, see you. And let
Bye
us know
bye.
if you have any requests.
Yes. Bye bye.